Hello Capricorn, thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Angel Answers oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Okay, I've already shuffled. Let's get them out here and see what we got. Okay. This kind of pull. Okay. I don't know if we need another one, but I'll put them down and I'll let it come towards me later if it's necessary. I'm kind of ambivalent about it. And I'm starting to realize that sometimes that ambivalence is because in case I don't spit out what they want me to spit out, they'll put out another card to kind of egg me on to keep me going until I get there. All right, so that being what it is, there's not an overall energy? No. So we're going through in phases. First phase, second phase, third, and moving out to the fourth. Okay, so the first phase, I feel like this is kind of the first phase. You have Justice, you have going into the Magician. The other side has the Four of Pentacles, which is that's holding back, not wanting to change. Okay, not wanting to change. But above on the top, you have Recovery, I'm noticing, which I kind of feel like you're looking at this in a way of like, you know what? Especially the Justice here. Like the situation worked out fairly, whatever it may be. And I feel like you're kind of in this acceptance mode. Like, you know what? There's good, there's bad. Things balance out. There's good and bad in this situation, but you know what? I just feel like you're kind of just recovering from it. Like, you know what? You're accepting it. It's moving forward. It is what it is. But when the Justice is here, I feel like you're kind of like, you know what? Almost like a decision was made. Not that you're over the mountain, over the moon about the decision, but some of it worked to your favor, some of it did not. I feel like you're just accepting it. You're just kind of letting it sink in. But then the Magician here going forward, you're trying to, you know, get on board and just move on. Just move forward. Because especially at this point, for some reason, I feel like you're looking at it like if I just kind of dig my heels in and just have a fit about it, it's just going to go on that much longer. And I really, really just want to move into the next phase. I feel like that's the recovery. Like you're ready to move forward. What it's become, it is what it is. You want to move forward. You've got the Magician here. Now, I do feel like, especially if this reading is hitting for you, that you're in that mode where you're like, you know what, I'm going to take the steps. What do I need to do? How do I make this, you know, the best I can? Just doing the best you can. I feel like that's like, you're ready to move forward. And there might be more than, like, I don't know if it's just one. This energy is a little different because I feel like there might be a few people involved. And there's a few people that are the same way you are, ready to move forward. But there seems to be, there's like a few here, depending on your situation, that are really just not wanting to move forward. I feel like some people are digging their heels in and just kind of like standing there and holding their breath type thing. Like, I don't want to, I don't like this, I don't think it's fair, I'm just not going to do it. Not going to do it. And it's not like a sustainable energy, I feel. This Four of Pentacles, in this situation, I don't feel like it's a sustainable energy. It's time to move forward. And I just feel like there's some pieces that people don't like, and they're not reacting to it well. But this, I'm kind of getting like this is transitory. This isn't going to last all that long. And I feel like you moving forward, those who move forward are inspiring those who don't want to deal with the situation. Those like standing there, stomping their feet, holding their breath, however that comes across, And it's like they're not literally doing that, but it's just trying to explain the energy. Once in a while I get an email, and it's just a metaphor. Although I have had people send me emails with like, you know, you were using that as a metaphor, but that actually happened. It just tickles me. I think it's funny. But what we're saying with this is going to move on. I feel like you're inspiring people just to like, even though I don't feel like they like it at first, and they hold on and they're just like, I'm not, no, and I feel like your energy moving forward, and I feel like you have some support with that. As you're moving forward, it's almost like that click that moves the situation forward, like turning on the light. I feel like you're pulling people in, and you're making it a lot, but like it goes into the 10 of Cups for this 4 of Pentacles. But I feel like you're a very strong staple to that. In your attitude towards the situation and how you're handling it, I feel like it takes a lot of stress off of the people who they don't want to really move forward. They don't want to really, they're not feeling good about it. But the fact that you seem to be in the same boat with them and you're going forward, it makes them feel like they have this connection where it's okay, even though it didn't work out the best, but they're feeling good about the situation because you're moving forward, and it's like building some confidence there. And I feel like you're treating the situation like, you know what, it's not going to be okay in one day or 1 week or however long it's going to take. We're going to have to work at this for a while. We're going to put it back together. You know, we've gotten this far. Let's keep going. Let's just put it together the best we can, and just one foot in front of the other gets it done. I do want to say that I feel like another reason why they're feeling so good here, not only is like you're very, it seems like you're very patient here. You're explaining, you're like, yeah, just keep going. I know, I feel the same. I do feel like you're acknowledging, and you're not any different in the sense of like you feel like it didn't work out right, and you're feeling some loss here. You're feeling kind of, I don't feel like they're trying to say left out in the cold, but I feel like you're disappointed about how something turned out. I feel like that's what this 5 of Pentacles, yes, is saying. You're disappointed about how it worked out, but these other people are too. And it's just kind of like a bonding, a deepening of a bond in most cases, I'm thinking. And it just, the fact that you're addressing it and just not letting it hold you down, it's making other people feel better, and it's giving them something to hold on to. Okay. Because I do feel like you're pulling people up. You're addressing it, you're dealing with it, but you're just like, you know what? Just standing here not doing anything, it's just going to make it last that much longer. And quite frankly, I don't like how this feels. I don't want to hold on to this moment. I want it to pass and move forward. This part here I'm talking about now, this is the second stage, or phase, or whatever I said before. It's the second part where you're going forward. You dealt with the first part. You seem to tried to accept it. I want to say with the recovery, you did your best to do what you could to try. You made that effort. I'm not going to say you were like, again, over the moon about it, but you were just like, I don't like how this feels. I don't like this moment. I want to move forward from it. So I'm not going to hold on to this. I'm going to just keep stepping forward. You inspire people to like, I don't know. I feel like you're inspiring them to like let go and accept the situation so it can move into the past. So that part can move into the past. And I feel like you're explaining that. I feel like people weren't expecting you to move forward like you did. The fact that you are it makes people feel better. It makes them feel it's almost like giving them emotional permission. Not that they would need that, but it seems to be doing that, if that makes sense. Now the third part is the remainder of the cards. So I don't know why we explained the fourth part, but we'll find out after I'm done with this, I'm sure. Now, you seem to be doing your best. Really, I feel like it's really notable in this reading because you've got the situation will improve on your side. You've got the perfect timing and remain positive. Now, the perfect timing, I'm kind of getting like, at this point, you're just Like, you know what? If it's going to have to happen, this is the best time to do this. Situation's improving. You're feeling like... I'm getting that perfect timing kind of means a little more. Like, almost like this was bound to happen sooner or later. And it's better to get it over with type feel. I don't feel like anything's really off track. Like, this was... I feel like you might be looking at it in that sense. If you didn't realize that going into it, you might be realizing it at this point that this was bound to happen. Wherever you are in this situation, it was bound to happen sooner or later. And you're just like, I'm not surprised. We are where we are. But certain things are adding up or going forward and seeming to link up pretty well. Things are working out better than expected. I feel like you're looking at it, things are working out better than expected. And you're remaining positive about it because it's still not a good situation. I don't feel like you're happy about it. But it's working out better than you thought it would. Now that, even though the other side went into this Ten of Cups moment, they're then going into this Three of Swords moment. I feel like is this backpedaling? No. What is this? Just still, like, having a hard time. Like, they're moving forward, but they're having a hard time with it. And I feel like this is a response to the situation. And it's kind of like from the beginning where it first started with the trying to hold on. Then moving into this, I feel like you inspired this moment. Like, I feel like you made people feel better. I'm really getting that Ten of Cups is a lot about you and how you affected them. You pull them up. But you can only do so much. You inspired them, you tried to pull them forward, but if they choose... I don't feel like this is like... This feels like a situation with a few different people involved. Some people are going to hit this Three of Swords, where they're feeling devastated, heartbroken. I feel like some people are really upset. And you might hear a bit about it. It might be just like people just kind of like feeling really cheated or slighted in some sense. And I feel like they're falling back into that trap. And it's almost like they're regressing to this Four of Pentacles emotionally, but they're still moving forward in a sense with the rest. Like with it's almost like a group, or they're moving forward. Emotionally, this person, maybe 2, 3, I don't know, it depends on your situation. Somebody's regressing, and they're just kind of having this regret and sadness and heartbreak. It's definitely a heartbreak card. Sometimes, I don't usually, lately, I don't know why, I don't get like a third party involved with this card for whatever reason. But on this situation, I'm getting like just upset, having a hard time letting go. Even though that you had this great moment, I just feel like it might have been short-lived for a couple people. But you're still going forward, and I feel like you're kind of looking at this like, you know, I'll just keep going. It's going to take them a minute, but, you know, they'll catch up when they need to. I feel like you have a really strong positive attitude. Not because you like the situation again, but just because you're like, I don't want to hold on to the bad part. I don't want to live in there. I don't want to live there in that negativity. I don't want to do that. So I'm pushing forward, and I'm going to like manifest the best I can. I'm going to do my best to make this a better situation. Four of Cups. I do see as this goes forward, you're moving forward. People are moving with you, but there is this... I'm getting a stagnation moment. But I feel like it's not because people stop in their tracks. It's kind of like waiting for something else to fall into place. It's like you got as far as you can with what you have. And then there's the stagnation is doing, like, this waiting is due to, like, you have no choice but to wait. Whatever's next, or whatever has to come or go forward next, this next part has to happen before we can move forward to the next phase. Because I feel like this is talking about the third phase, waiting for the fourth phase to start. You got the Temperance. You're waiting, and it's going to be a while. I feel like you get to a certain point, and you end up waiting, and you realize it's going to be a while. It's at this moment that's when this hits for the other side. At this moment where it's like gotten as far as you can get, now you got to wait for whatever that means to the situation. The fourth phase is moving into the next part after the wait is over. And I feel like if this is hitting for you, that should make sense of like what is happening here and what that phase means. Because like you have to wait for the next phase to start. And it's just, you've gone as far as you can. The people on board with you, well, I feel like everybody pretty much is on board with you. You've all gotten as far as you can. And it's this waiting. It's the waiting, and it's realizing it's going to be a while before the next phase is ready to start. That's causing this pessimistic feeling, this heartbreak on the other side, because they're having a moment where they can just think about it and they just get caught up in the thought, and it just kind of drags them down. And I feel like you're realizing that you can hold on to your attitude and do the best for you, but this, I feel like this other energy is just kind of, I feel like it's doubling on itself, doubling back on itself, and it's just kind of like, it's just not willing to move forward yet. And I wouldn't say this is a bad thing in the sense of like someone's purposely trying to stay in this state. I don't think that at all. It's just the way they're affected by it. It's hard for some reason. They can't seem to pull forward from it. One of the things I feel like you might be doing, you might be staying busy. And hopefully, like, maybe that will help this person as well. But I don't know, you might be doing something that keeps your mind from going there. You're just kind of accepting it's going to be a while, and you're just finding other things to keep your mind off it. Because it seems like you're handling it the best you can. And you're keeping that positive attitude. You're trying to be as accepting of the situation as possible. Because I feel like you're looking at it like it is where it is and what's happening. What I can control, I'm doing my best with. But what I can't get upset about. Because I can't change it. I can't affect it. So what I can affect and what I can change and what I do have to deal with, doing my best with that, one foot in front of the other. But I'm not going to get upset about things I have no control over. And I just feel like you're in a really good mindset for that. Anything else here? All right, I feel like we got to the end of it. So I hope that helped. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you.